Hello friends, in the series on the income tax cases, today we will discuss an issue which is based on section 44BB. Section 44BB talks about special provision for computing profits and gains in connection with business of exploration etc. of mineral oils. Broadly, this section talks about of the presumptive income in case of exploration etc. of mineral oils, and that is 10% of the receipts of the assessee. The limited issue before Mumbai ITAT I bench in the present case was that whether amount of GST is to be considered for calculating 10% of the presumptive income. This issue has been taken up by the tribunal in the case of Servicos D. Petroleo versus Deputy Commissioner of Income Tax, and this case is reported in 115 ITR Tribunal, short note 64, and the date of the judgment is 9th September 2024. In the present case, the assessee is a non-resident and the assessee is incorporated under the law of Brazil. The assessee is engaged in providing onshore and offshore oil well services. When the assessment proceedings of the assessee were going on, the assessee has shown 10% of the presumptive income of the receipts which were in respect of the services given by the assessee to the ONGC as its presumptive income. But the learned assessing officer was of the considered view that the amount which is received by the assessee in respect of goods and service tax is to be included in the gross receipts of the assessee for calculating the 10% of the presumptive income. The assessee pleaded that the goods and service tax is not for the services given by the assessee, so it should be excluded, but the assessing officer passed the draft assessment order which was duly upheld by the dispute resolution panel. So accordingly, the addition of the amount of 10% of the goods and service tax amount was included into the income of the assessee as an additional income due to the scrutiny proceedings. When this matter was before the Honorable Tribunal, the Tribunal cited about two circulars of the Central Board of Direct Taxes. The Central Board of Direct Tax Circular number 1 of 2014 dated 13th January 2014 and Circular number 4 of 2008. These circulars talks about the escalation of the GST amount for calculating the TDS amount in case of resident in case of rental income. Basically, these circulars says that when there is a question of deducting the TDS on the rental income, then in that case the deductor is not liable to deduct the TDS on the GST component. Taking the clue from these circulars, the tribunal said that the same should be applied, and there is no reason that why this circular should not be applied in the case of non-resident, because they talk about the incursion of the income which is related to the services of the assessee and not related to the tax amount which is collected by the assessee on behalf of the government. So the tribunal in the present case said that section 44BB could not be interpreted to include GST which is collected by the assessee. The tribunal said that the intention of section 44BB is to tax only the 10% of the amount paid or payable to the assessee received on account of business activity of the assessee and not on account of GST collected by the assessee on behalf of the government. So friends, this case is very important. It makes it apparently very clear that the amount of GST should not be considered for calculating any TDS amount or any presumptive taxation. At the end of this video, once again I am repeating the name of the case. The name of the case is Servicos D. Petroleo versus Deputy Commissioner of Income Tax, and this case is reported in 115 ITR Tribunal, short note 64, and the date of the judgment is 9th September 2024. Thank you, friends.